Hello everybody, this will be my breakdown for episode 3 of Hawkeye. So let's get into it. Now we have Kingpin's hands and his choker also. Now we didn't actually see his face, but we all know that that's Kingpin. Now the question is that with this show review him piece by piece for the remaining of the 3 episodes, or will him come out early to play. Maybe in the next episode we can see him fully, and we see Vincent D'Onofrio there return as Kingpin from the Daredevil series. Now that's the real question here, because we only have 3 episodes left, and we also have to put Jelena Belova in here. That she, if you have watched Black Widow, the post-credit scene, you know that she's going to be chasing Clean Bottom Hawkeye, and she's officially coming in this series. So maybe I think that maybe we're going to see at least Yelena Belova, maybe in the post-credit scene for episode 5, and then we're going to see the more of her in episode 6 in the season finale. Now, in terms of Kingpin, well, we have to wait and see. I hope they will see him fully in the next episode. So, very exciting. So, we're getting basically here the Kingpin and Yelena Belova, two really big and interesting characters. So, can't wait to see that. Now, let's talk about Maya's story. Now, I really like that. I enjoy basically the child actress. She did a great job, and I like her father calling her a dragon who can cross between worlds. And I really like this, that we know that her father gets killed in this series. Now in the comics, the father gets killed by Kingpin. But then in this, at least for what we see in this episode, looks like Ronan killed him. Clean Bottom, also known as Hawkeye, killed her father. And that's some really odd decision, because Clean Bottom Hawkeye, he's an Avenger, he's a hero, and I think it's quite difficult keep portraying him as a hero when he killed her father, basically, and murdered him. Or the Tracksuit Mafia were bad guys, but they were like low level bad guys. They were not like this really big organized crime. And her father seems like, well, I mean, he worked with the Tracksuit Mafia. He was one of the management, but he was a sweet guy. So it made this very difficult. So I just want to say that in the comments, very people have wore the running suit, not only Clean Bottom. And I in the comments it was Echo, of course, Clean Bottom, Red Guardian, I believe Blade, and also Bullseye. So those characters has wore the running suit in the comments. Now this is quite interesting here, because Basically, the comments established that anyone can wear the running suit, but also this show has established that because of Kate Bishop, she took the suit and she used the suit. So basically, almost anybody can use the suit. Now, I think that maybe they're going to put the audience to think that Ronan killed her father, but maybe it was Kingpin, and maybe he sent someone using the Ronin suit to kill Maya's father, and that would be more in line, similar, not exactly the same, but similar to the comics. And the most important thing here is that Clint Barton remains a really good guy, a hero, so you can move forward to him. Now, who could the assassin be? But I think the assassin could be Cassie, because Cassie is basically the right hand of Maya's operation with the Tracksuit Mafia, and he's a really big character in the comics. And in this show, he seems like Maya's psyche, but in the comics, he's an assassin, and he used like a makeup clown with a tear over here. So maybe that's going to be the twist. Now, I don't know this for sure. It's just a theory, speculating here. But I think they could do that. And then we finally see him with the clown maker, Cassie. And also that will make sense for Maya that it's official that she's going to have her own Disney Plus series, Echo. She she also knows by Echo. So that could be great because now she in that series she had to go after the people really responsible for killing her father, and that could be Cassie and the Kingpin. So it makes perfect sense. So we'll have to wait and see for that. Now I want to talk about the actress, of course, that is portraying Maya, also known as Echo, Alakwa Kwas. Now I really like the training scenes that they show us, and also they keep her half prosthetic uh, le- left, because she has that in real life, and I mean, this person, she is incredible. So I really like the keep that to the show. And also I want to talk about the handprint. Now, when she goes to see her father, and her father is dying, gets killed, he give her in the face his handprint on the side. Now, that's her look from the comics. That's what made this character look very cool. But I think in the comics looks very more impressive, because the handprint is actually in front of her face, not in the sides. So I would have preferred that the in front instead of the side. But we will have to wait and see when we see her fully as her basic comics look. Now let's talk about the pin arrow. Now I have known that they're going to use the pin arrows in this series, And I think this is only the beginning because they're going to use a lot more of them in the season finale, episode 6. Now, it was cool. I really liked that. The problem is they didn't spend enough. The era, it was just full CGI, and it was pretty obvious. And then after we see the full arrow, we get like close shot. So when the arrow goes down to the bridge, we only see like half of the arrow. So they don't have to spend more money to give us like a full range shot of the bridge and all of that. So I mean that was a bummer, but okay. Now let's talk about a little of the tease for the next episode. There we're going to see Hawkeye versus Swordsman, and that's straight off the comics. And we see in the house a lot of swords. So if you have a lot of weapons and things, then in those scenes, basically it's because you're going to use them. So basically we're going to have a Hawkeye versus Swordsman in the next episode. And remember that the sword that the Swordsman had, also known as, is the sword of running. So very interesting. Now let's talk about the chase scenes. Now the launcher of the chase scene was pretty cool. Props to the director, the two directors of this episode. That was her idea. So brilliant. Now it have this classic Marvel Netflix feel. Also, I like the choreography, but it has some problems because we see him getting out of the parking lot and then getting to the car, but then they go into like this extensive green screening, and when you're watching it, it seems pretty obvious the cars and everything. It looks very they are in green screening and so much CGI, but for the most part, it was really cool, and the idea and the concept was interesting for the chasing. So I give them points for that. Now I like the Kate Bishop. She always She always like teasing Hawkeye, but she does that in a really good way, not in an annoying or meaning way. So I really like that. Now let's talk about this. I really like this scene a lot. It was, I think, very emotional because the scene that Clint received a phone call from his son, and because he has hearing problem and the device is broken, so he cannot hear him. But he acts like he can hear it. But Kate Bishop is interpreting everything in the phone call, so can Clint have this conversation with his son. And I think that that was really sad, and it was like a double gut punch to Clint because not only can he not hear his son, but also he may miss Christmas. So it was very painful for him. But I think I hope so that he making time for Christmas. Now, also I like the his reasoning for not getting a fancy costume, especially the second one. It was that his wife will divorce him. uh, I I think that that won't happen, but of course. And I like the Kate Bishop in the diner. She drew an illustration of was actually based on some of the looks that he has in the comics in his early days of Hawkeye. So that was very interesting. Now let's talk about the trick arrows. Now in the comics, Clint is always looking for tape to label them. So we see in this show that that's a problem for him. Now we get a lot of trick arrows. We got the goop arrow. It was supposed to go to the tires of the car, but instead they go in the front of windshield. We have the explosion arrow, very basic. The subject cup arrow, the net arrow. That was where bringing all the trees around, and the acid arrow that was used to stop the traffic lights, the smoke arrow, the USB arrow, the pin arrow, and the USB arrow. That's a callback for one of the What If episode of trying to capture Ultron, and the grappling hook. They was to escape. Now also the dog has a name now, and it's Pizza Dog. I think that in the actual comments it was named Lucky, but I like Pizza Dog. So now I think this show needs to improve, and I hope we see that in the remaining 3 episodes of Hawkeye, how awesome Hawkeye can be, because he's a really cool character and had so many things and the cool arrows traits. So I hope to see more of that and improve that. And Jeremy Renner, he's excellent in action. He's also excellent in drama. I mean, he's an Academy Award nominated actor, and most people forgot that because he don't actually do most recently work on that. He doesn't work on many dramas recently, so people tend to forget that. And also Haley Stanfield, she really have this great presence off screen, and she's really great in action also. So the both of them are what they are the driving force of this show. The dynamic are really is excellent. So yes, that's my breakdown and only review for this episode. I really enjoy this series. I hope that we get some improvement in the couple of episodes that we have left. So if you enjoy this video, hit the like button. Also, let me know what do you think of this episode in the comments below. I'm curious to see that. Now, consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.